Hey guys, Mr. Dusty here from Discovery Lab in Tulsa, Oklahoma. I'm here for Discover at Home, a series of experiments you can perform at home with a parent or caregiver. Today our experiment is paper mountains. To do our experiment, you'll need a few things. The first thing you're going to need is some paper. The second thing you'll need are some washable or water-soluble markers. The next thing you'll need is some water and a dropper or a sprayer. And the last thing you'll need is a towel or something to clean up, because this one gets a little bit messy. For this experiment, we're going to learn how the shape of the land and gravity can impact the way that water flows on Earth. Now, all the water that flows down into one river is considered a watershed. Here in Oklahoma, we have a couple of different ones. They all flow into one particular river. For instance, the Cimarron watershed flows into the Cimarron River. The Neosho Grand will flow into the Grand River. We also have the Lower Arkansas that flows in the Arkansas River that I think you guys might be familiar with. So, why do we care about the way water flows? Well, as water flows, it carries things like trash, pollution, debris, and other things downstream. So what happens upstream greatly affects the people downstream. So that's what we're going to learn about and experiment with. All right, time for our experiment. First, you're going to grab yourself a sheet of paper. You're going to crumple it up. Don't crumple it up completely into a ball, but make sure you put some good creases and lines in it. Then unfold it gently. As you unfold it, you should end up with a pretty nice little mountain range looking shape right there. So set it down, and then grab your washable marker, and you're going to trace the ridge or the very top part. So let's see, this looks like the very top part of my mountain right here, and I'm going to use a lot of marker. You really get it in there. Now, I don't want to go down the sides, I just want to really get it right on the top. Alright, but get a good thick line right on the top of it right there. So you guys can see, there's my line right there on my ridge. Try to get it nice and thick. Now, it's time to simulate some water or rainfall. So I'm going to take my dropper first, got a good amount of water, and I'm going to start at the very tippy top, and I'm going to simulate a little bit of snow melt coming down here. And I'm just going to drip water all the way down my ridge. And as I do that, the water is going to go down particular ways. Now this, remember, like I said, watershed, is going to show which way that water would run and which rivers or other bodies of water it ended up in. So, I'm going to also simulate some rainfall. So I'm going to take my spray bottle right here. I'm going to stand back. I'm going to get a little spritz as well right there so get even more water. Oh, that's looking great. We can really see it going right there. All right, awesome. So now let's take a look and see what we did. So we can see by following the color of my marker which way the water ran. I can see that most of my water actually ran this way right here, and it's formed a little lake or a little kind of pond right here, and then it's wanting to go off this way. But if I look over here as well, I can see I have some other stuff that ran right down here. I want to pull off over here. And then I have a little bit over here that maybe made kind of a little bitty pond over on this side. But this lets me know where this water would go and to which watershed this melt or rainfall would travel off to. So, in a couple of different ways we can think about this. First of all, what happens to people living downstream when all these things up here wash down? What happens to the people over here when they don't get any water or anything washing down right here? So, some extensions we could do with this activity is you could use more than one color, and you could see how your water either interacts or doesn't. You could also do this with a partner or a friend. What does this remind you of in Tulsa? Have you ever seen anything like this? Why do you think it's important to know what happens downstream or upstream of where you live? What are some things you could do at home to make certain that we are taking care of our waterways and making certain that we are looking out for the people who live further down the river? I've been Mr. Dusty with our Paper Mountain activity for Discover at Home. Thanks so much for hanging out with us here at Discovery Lab, and I'll see you guys next time.